I'll let you guys come in gently. So at the moment, talking to a few of you and also being part of the community, I have realized that it's a lot at the moment into the place of the mind and the thought and the body and its emotion. I have to say you, a fear of thought, a fear of thought can kill you as fast as a bullet. That is a very known factor. And most part of the students try to understand life in a place of knowledge. But it is very important that we experience life, and the life only can experience in this present moment where the infinity exists. But yet people think it is in a time dimension. So when they come, they try to come into the perception of a moment, perception of the mind, perception of the enlightenment, what it is for me. You have to understand, when the moth comes to the flame, the limitation of the mind exists, and out of that limitation, either mind gets so scared of, oh my God, I am merging into, but there will be a death because of the flame, and it pulls back into its psychology, into its, no, I can't, that is not for me, it's too much. All these excuses comes from the student. But what happens is, hi, Mary, all this comes because there is a separation. And if you merge into that flame totally, it will destroy something. It is not destroying your health. It is not destroying your happiness. It will destroy the perception of your identity, your ego. But the death to the ego for some people are more stronger, and they don't want to let it go. Even they want the spirituality and understanding. You have to come into the practice. You have to constantly come into the practice. It is a death. It is a death while you're living. So whether it brings, and in that death of your ego, what is happening is it's clothed you with a conscious level of health, conscious level of eating. Hi, Maria. Hi, Sage. So it is very, very important to understand, and why we come every Saturday. The Saturday itself is not enough in a regular practice. In a regular practice, you have to have 5 to 10 minutes of that. I am not my sickness. I am not my poverty. And that is not just a thought, just continually you're saying like a parrot, but it has to be felt in a place of that meditation, or whatever you're going to call it's a walk. You just take a break from you, because I always say your sickness is you. It is some level of toxic fear that you have, or ambitions that cannot be so much, so the body is struggling to cope up, because your body is the servant of the mind. And when the mind in the identity have a level of, I want to achieve this, I want to go here, I want to eat this, I want to have that, it's okay to stress the body. But if your thoughts are constantly coming into the place of a chronic stress, then of course it is going to affect your health. It's going to affect lots of things, your relationships, you might not feel that it is not, but it is already happening. You only see when something major happens, oh my God, how did I get here? But you got here by a habitual loop of thinking. So when you all write to me about this happening in my life, it is very easy for me to see, because I have not totally become your emotion, or not become your sorrow, or not become your ill health. So I can simply see the parts that has created it, but not necessarily you will understand, because you also want at that very moment someone to compassionately talk, someone to be cry with you, someone to be doing things with you. And sometimes it doesn't happen, because there has to be a place that you're not shaken by all the paths that going through the life, and not that particular path is not against you. It might be actually in favor of you to understand a bit more truth about yourself, not the disability, not the sickness, not the finance, not the relationship, not the travel, not this, not that. So the practice is giving in that moment something not to be chronic. So saying that, please, there's Rebecca and Daz, allow yourself to come into that place today, just to take a break from everything, and just that I taught you about the moth and the flame, and try to merge into the present. And then don't expect something to happen out of it. That expectation is subtly the mind coming back. Hi, Daz. Great to see you. Now, saying that, sit in a place of comfort. I will move the camera towards Darren. Take a gentle breath to start feeling the breath, or feeling what does that breath do into the space of the perception of the body, as an energy, as a frequency, as a vibration. Very gently coming into that space of the understanding a bit more deeper. Now, very gently allow those shoulders roll back, releasing the body from the tentacles of the mind that it has been obeyed into its thinking, deliberately or unconsciously or automatically. Just allow that body that has been sinking rapidly into the space of decaying because of those thoughts coming out of fear. Take that couple of breaths into that space and create some harmony into the body. So suddenly the body is not just rooted into the thought, but it is expressing that openness, that this body and mind, you can take a break. So sticking into the body, sticking into the thought, sticking into the arteries of these energies are slowed down. Now take a deep breath in, shoulders roll back, opening up the chest and elevate the space of the heart. Elongate the space of the spine. Now very gently twisting the spine on the out breath onto the left side and releasing the tension of the fear, the disease, the anxiety that demoralizes the whole body. Now a gentle breath can bring this level of life back to the body, to the whole body. Let it open to the entrance of the harmony. Breathing in back into the center, shoulders relax, just open, elevate the space of the heart. Change the leg formation. Twisting the spine on an out breath. So you take in breath, out breath, twisting the spine onto the right side. So what we call a nervous system in its chronic place, shattering place. Now you're giving that breath and a gentle twist. There's nothing as a miracle here. It's just the openness, the pure, building up its vigor, creating a space for the grace. That's all. Breathing in back into the center, shoulders do relax, chest open. Take a moment, stretch that neck onto the right side, left shoulder roll back, opening up that space that the thoughts have built up, energy opposite to the harmony. Now take another deep breath in, elongate the neck, shoulders relax, elevate the space of the heart. Take a moment of habits of thoughts chronically have produced their effects, whether it's good or bad, upon it. So I will leave the thoughts without saying what it is. Stretch the neck to the left side. Breathing in into back to the center. Shoulders relax. Shrug the shoulders up, tilt the head back, massage back of the scalp, back of the head. Open and close the mouth to release the tension of the C1, C2, where you are very gently coming into the place of cleansing, cleaning the heart, cleaning the space of the breath, so that the corruption that chronically has happened in the body, now you have found a practice to take action to life. Back to the center, chin to the chest, breathe out. Back of the neck is releasing its tension and becoming, aligning with the fountain of pure, very pure energy moving through the spine. So this will help you to today, whether you're working with a diet, whether you're working with a challenge, to bring another realm of understanding. Breathing in back into the center, shoulders relax, just open. Now take a deep breath in and very gently seating into a gentle cat. Allow the breath to become the cleanser and allow the breath to become the cleaner of this body and the mind. Take a deep breath in, shoulders roll back, tongue roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze onto the upper palate, third eye, very gently coming into the so-called place of the cow. So you can get rid of this malevolent microbe. If you protect your body, guard your mind. If you would renew your body, beauty your mind, the thoughts of fear will vanish. Breathe out, anus lock, navel lock, throat lock into a seated cat. Really go into that seated cat, opening up the spine. Very gently releasing that disappointment that you have that something is not happening. Despondency that robs the body of its health and grace. Breathing in, shoulders roll back, tongue roll up onto the upper palate, energy gaze onto the So you could see these negative thoughts wrinkling the face, wrinkling the body, or passion and pride. Breathe out, anus lock, navel lock, throat lock into a seated cow. Breathe more, sink in. Just bring that innocent into that space of the DNA. Breathing in back into the center, elongate the spine, shoulders relax. Now, very gently seated onto the Garudasana, right arm on the top. Very gently touching the third eye. Just coming into the connection of your realization. Take a deep breath in, stroke the third eye onto the crown, spread the wings wider, twist the spine to the right side. Stomach pulled in, open up. That wholesome, the freedom, the liberation. Allowing the body by the breath to be bright, serene. Breathing in back to the center. Change the leg formation for me. And very gently take a deep breath in and coming into the Garudasana, left on the top. Now you could see the mind and observation of it. There is a goodwill in that observation. There is a serenity in that observation because you're not moved or possessed or pushed by a thought. Stroke the third eye up to the crown. Take a deep breath in and out, twisting the spine to the left. Now you could release the residue of the sympathy of the past or even in the future. And your thoughts are more pure. They are not driven by passion, driven by anything, fear. Breathing in back into the center, shoulders relax and chest open. Now, if you really push the right leg into the back and come into the pigeon pose while you're in the same of the seating, and if it is not uncomfortable for you, allow the breath, use the breath calmly, peacefully, softly, mellowing. The posture should be so much like rising and setting, rising and setting. Shoulders roll back. Take a deep breath in, look up to the ceiling. Breath out, drop the elbows, walk those palms into the front, palms facing up. Now, practice is more like a physician dissipating ill of the body, ill of the mind. So in the practice, whatever comes up, don't take it personally for you. So there is no comforter to compare the practice with. So don't say it's not my practice, I can't do yoga, I'm not physically ready. There's nothing to do with physicality to tell you. I'm not flexible. Now breathe and breath out. dispersing those shadows of grief and sorrow, cynicism, suspicion. Oh my God, I don't know what will happen to my body. I don't know what will come up for me. Then you are not envy with others, but you are envy within yourself that you had planned a future and that you become jealous with that future because it's not happening for you. See how envy does not have to have a person, but envy within yourself, envy for having some idea into the future. So you can you see the self-made prison hole? And then you say, but I am not. I am not the jealous type. I am not this. And every word that I write to you back when you text me, you react because of not understanding where I'm coming from. Or patiently, you're not learning to find the good in everything. Breathing in gently, coming back, shoulders relax, and chest open. Now, breathing in and coming back to where? That unselfish place of thoughts. Now, when I use the word unselfish, you go, oh, I'm very giving. What is he talking about? But there are unselfish thoughts that you're having even within yourself. The very portal is heaven at that realization. And if you can dwell on that place, it is the best medication that you can have. Take all your medication, what you're having, but this will transcend you to another and become a creature of this peace and to their possessor. Now take a deep breath in. Very gently, we are coming into a plank. Stronger on the pelvic floor. Now very gently lift me onto the floor. Stretch the right calf muscle, right heel. Keep the hips square. Our right arm reaching up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench. Release the tension that is holding, allowing that drift. Right, reaching into the back, touch the floor. Now very gently drop the knees, completely breathe out to a cat. Breathing in into a cow. Look up, look up. Breathe out to a cat. So now don't become an easy prey to the worry and the fear and the trouble and self-pitying. Yeah? I was bombarded with these, which are the indication of weakness. Now very gently drop the belly into a neutral space. Give a good rotation to the hip. And give a good wash to the belly. Energizing and allowing your body and the digestion to evolving in the space of the universe. And coming into the space of everything in the space of the heart. Onto the other side. Take a deep breath, push the hips into the front, push the hips into the back, very gently on the out breath. palms facing up. There is a place upon the objects beyond that has set you free now. You could see that mind is now suffering when it is merging into the flame, when it's merging into the attainment. It's very hard not allowing his or her thoughts to wonder, oh, this is enough. Now, palms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest into the front. Drop the belly onto the floor, soften the hips very gently, releasing the tension of the weakness, the chronic weakness. Now, a true success is very different than the perception of the mind. Very gently, elbows onto the floor, very gently into a gentle cobra. Shoulders relax. Couple of deep breaths. Now there's a resolution and the energy be developed. And there is nothing looks like for the mind has accomplished. But you can observe now where you are weak without blaming, without overprotecting it, overlooking to the right side. Breathing in back to the center, onto the left side. Take a deep breath back into the center. Now there is a strength that you are energizing to develop by the effort and being in the practice. Now effort is added to the effort, patience to the patient, strength to the strength. Now you're divinely strong. Onto the knees, onto the down face. Very gently transition physically. Don't be strong, but be careful. There should be patience. Now very gently coming into the pigeon pose, right foot into the front. Shoulders roll back, opening up the chest. Purpose of the moment is to enter. Shoulders roll back. Couple of deep breaths. Breathing out. Dropping the elbows. Releasing the tension, palms facing up. Now there is an energy pathways of attainment through the body. Energy pathways in the space of the mind. Energy pathways to serve. There's energy pathways fearlessly. There's an energy pathway and a frequency of masterfully, mindfully, vibration. Now there is a pathway of the present moment is achieved. neither looking to the right of the mind or to the left of the mind. When that present moment is in there, doubt only exists in the past, doubt only exists in the future, doubt only exists in the past, doubt only exists in the future. So in that present moment, rigorously, everything else is excluded. They are disintegrating place of elements. On the out breath, they are releasing the tension of those chronic, crooked, ineffectual, useless. Thoughts of doubts and fear never accomplish anything and never can. Even you ask me, oh, it's okay to be fear of my sickness. It will not accomplish anything. You think you're going to be smart about it? No, not really. You may think. Take a deep breath, very gently coming back, shoulders relaxed, and chest open. Now, if you don't have a sickness, you may have a financial part, you may have a relationship part, you may have a stress part. So whatever it is related to you, okay? So it doesn't have to be this. Every thought is allied with power, and all difficulties are bravely met and wisely to overcome through the practice. Into a plank, stronger on the pelvic floor. Shoulders relax, bring the back of the head to the feet as a elongated spine fearlessly, with the purpose become a creative force of this Sushumna energy. Knows something higher than a thought, than a body. Take a deep breath in, right knee onto the floor, left arm reaching into the front, up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench. Left reaching into the back and touch the floor. Drop the knee completely, breathe out to the space of the creative force of a cat that knows and become higher and stronger than the asana. Drop the belly, opening up the chest, tongue roll up onto the upper palate and become the consciousness and the intelligent wield of the space of wisdom, understanding, realization. Breathe out, anus lock, navel lock, throat lock. Direct that energy. Tongue roll up, energy gaze onto the third eye, strengthening the purity. Neutral spine, give a good rotation to the hips and give a good cleansing and release the chronic suffering. And creating that, the bliss that evolve within. Onto the other side. Very gently bringing that effort, less effort into the practice. After the wider rotation, very gently relax the hips and the digestion onto the floor. palms facing up. Take a moment of silence. Palm facing down, crawling and bringing the chest onto the floor. Take a deep breath in and breathing in into an up face. Shoulders relax. Breathe out towards the down face. Shoulders relaxed, chest open. Very gently accomplish a little. You have sacrificed the time to be in this place. Then to achieve, you must sacrifice a bit more, maybe the thoughts of desire, thoughts of, then to attain greatly, you might have to sacrifice greatly. For the ego, to the identity, it's a lot. But to the truth, it is nothing but a realization. Now take a deep breath in, left leg up into the back, give a good rotation to the left foot. Left knee to the left chest, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back. Left knee to the left elbow, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back. Left knee to the right elbow, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back, stretch back. Left foot into the front. Now arms stretch into the back. Interlacing the fingers. Back of the head is aligned. Arms raise onto the crown. Shoulders relax, chest open. Turn to the right, opening up onto the Virabhadrasana. Taking the mudra on the left. A mudra that is a stainless beauty. A mudra that is in perfect peace. A mudra that you're entering into it. Cherish the music of the breath. Cherish the rhythm of the heart. Cherish the beauty that forms. Cherish the loveliness. Cherish that it drapes the beauty on the posture. Cherish the growth of the delightful space of understanding. Gentle arch. Isn't this the portal to the heaven? When the moment is cherished, synchronicity of the breath, synchronicity of the mind and the body merging into the flame. Remain in the flame. Suddenly the world that you no longer see by material is built within. Breathing in, gently coming back, elbow onto the knee, right hand on the sacrum, right elbow pointing out. So gently come into that settlement where you can bring the sustenance without lacking. Then right arm reaching up to the ceiling and breathing into the breath that is receiving and asking of this realization. And shall you become now out of that the vision is created in a soul, and you shall receive the prophecy of what you shall at last unveil. Right, reaching into the front, touch the floor. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench. Very gently coming into holding this present achievement of the breath, achievement of the moment. So that level of samadhi is like the oak sleeps in the acorn. The birds wait in the egg. So your highest vision of the soul, a waking angel stirs. Left reaching into the back, touch the floor. Take a deep breath in into a plank. Drop the knees. Give a good rotation and release the tension residue that is now coming into a place of releasing. Onto the other side. Stretch the spine into the back. Shoulders relaxed, palms facing up. Releasing the tension that you mentally build. Conditions of life. Now there is a space, even in the mind, in a vital liberty. Of vital liberation. Now at this very moment, the latent frequency, energy, vibration, and the resources start moving through your spine, altering it. And no longer hold you, no longer keep you in the space of the doubt, keeping you in the place of the fear. Now it is coming into the place of the samadhi, harmony in the mentality. Now there is a growth of opportunities in the moment. Palms facing down, crawling and bringing the chest into the front. Take a deep breath in into up face. Breathe out towards the down face. Take a deep breath in, right leg up into the back extension without tilting the hip. Bring that energy, lift up from the right foot, creating the space in the heart, the base of the heart. gravitating towards the heart. Right knee to the right chest, breathe out. Breathing in, stretch back. Right knee onto the right elbow. Stretch back. Right knee onto the left elbow. Breathing in, stretch back. Right foot up, up, up into the front. Take a deep breath in, arms stretch into the back, interlace in the fingers, back of the head. Don't become the head. If you don't align, it becomes dominant again. Not allowing that creative energy to move beautifully. Arms raise onto the crown. Interlacing the fingers, palms facing up, turning to the left, opening up into the Virabhadrasana. Shoulders relax, chest open. Let the mudra be the guidance of the spirit into the space of the body. And allow this level of understanding to become the teacher of you. Gentle arch. Take a deep breath in, very gently coming back. Elbow onto the knee. Left arm reaching up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench. Left reaching into the back. Touch the floor. Right arm reaching up to the ceiling. Clench and unclench. Right reaching into the back. Touch the floor. Plank. Drop the knees and stretch the spine. In that place of relaxation, allow things. Now you could see the energy on these. There is a different effort. There is a different level of a divine result. There is not such a gift of just health. It's not a gift of material. They are more vision realizations. Which you're going to build your life, and this you will become. So take a moment on the place of resting, in that space of serenity, in the place of the serenity in the mind. Now there is a color of wisdom, a jewel of wisdom. And the effort of you have control yourself, that the identification of your past, identification of your future. And you allow this present moment to ripen the experience. And you become the flame. You have no problem the moth moving into the fire. So the thought, emotions have evolved being. Child pose. Now you understand through the practice how to govern yourself. Know how to adapt yourself to others. There is a reverence in your spiritual strength. The more tranquil you become with the practice, the greater and your influence is for the greater good. But how you receive it, don't get caught up. Whether your teacher should come to you with kind words, or a certain way of behavior, a certain way of dressing. So bring this duality into the place of equanimity. Just come to the shade of the teaching that I am giving through. Not just seeing the wonder of the tree. Let your heart becomes the tranquil heart that can accompany everything that comes under the shade of it. No matter the person who comes under it, deserve it or not deserve it. There is a space of sweetness and serene and calmness that existing in the practice. Now gently, crown of the head onto the floor, lifting up the buttock to very gently activate that serene calmness. Pituitary and the pineal energy, the fruitage of this energy. Roll back to the third eye, fist on the third eye, sitting in the precious wisdom, not just into the body, more to be in that space of infinite. A breath that dwells in that space of understanding. Very gently waking up the spine, one vertebra at a time. Shoulders relaxed and chest open. Coming up onto the knees. Shoulders relaxed and chest open. Right arm reaching into the back. onto the hip, left arm reaching up to the ceiling into the back. Now, if this is where you can release the tension coming into the space of this pose, otherwise reach onto the heels. Don't not ruin the breath, do not ruin the posture. Hold this moment in a well balance. Now support the back very gently into the child pose. Now take a moment, whatever the condition you're living, know this blessedness. Very gently wake up the spine in the calmness. I'll let the moment peace be still. Shoulders relaxed, just open. Now very gently take a moment in this posture, or shoulders relaxed and coming into a seating posture, whatever is allowing you to be. Now take a deep breath in and keep your both hands on the space of the heart, the physical heart. Take a deep breath in. Let that space of the breath be aligned into the heart of existence. As we dealt with the practice, the mind is shallow, superficial. It knows nothing about depth or height. Mind is an idea, so ego exists. Mediocre. It cannot give you anything other than a misery. So for that, your heart needs to function. Let that humming, and love is nothing but a humming. Understand is nothing but a humming. Humming of the heart. Whatever the difficulty, just allow that breath to be space of the understanding of that humming. Don't take my teachings word to word. Allow all my teachings to be the humming. Allow the practice to sing into every part of the cell, that humming. Just observe the thoughts comes as, oh, this is ridiculous, condemning it. Don't bother about that thought. Keep on and allowing the breath of humming. the love of humming, understanding. Don't move into the misery of the logic. Let yourselves sing, rejoice. The mind is like a fearful dog. It constantly barks even at the teaching. Irrational. It will say this is not expected. This is immoral. And it will destroy the immunity of the poetry within you, within the space of the heart. Condemning all the love inside you, saying that is ridiculous. Where there is a misery, it has pulled you out of the heart because its whole power is at a risk. Take this moment, don't listen to anything. Just allowing the breath to sing. Allow the body to dance. Allow every muscle to be celebrated. Arms raised onto the crown in this realization of the benediction, that flowering through the chakras, showering through the chakras. Allow this whole existence to pour the existence of joy upon you. Third eye, connected with the whole. Throat chakra. You have become the humming heart chakra. You have become the love that makes one a seer. Solar plexus, the jewels, navel, Muladhara chakra. Arms raised onto the crown and becoming the space beyond the eyes. Touch the earth, respect for the depth of your old self, understanding the real. Don't get caught up on your cry and weep because you have something against you. Don't cling into that. Leave it. Everything is a blessing. Gently coming out of the present practice. Palms onto the namaskar position in self and its realization that there is no self. Namaste. Good to see Matt. Good. So today's class was very meditative. While I'm doing the class, a delivery came, so I have to run. So you will see me running with the shoes to get it. Without the shoes, I also can't run because feet cramps. But none of these are me, or me in the sense, So whatever the difficulties that you have, they are not against you. That is a blessing. So today is a part of coming into the place of understanding. Otherwise, everything become, everything in the initial place, the stress is okay, but when it is chronic stress, then there is a problem. Eating is okay, but chronic eating is a problem. So when it moves from stress to chronic, that means you are gone out of the balance. So at that very moment, the whole mechanism of the body that we call the body is out of alignment. And that means there will be ease has been disturbed, so the disease has entered. So it is very important to, in these times, to have a gentle practice as a service to your vehicles, as a service to your mind, because you service your car, you service your nowadays these new machines comes and say it's time for servicing. It gives this. So practice is nothing other than servicing yourself and coming into that place of understanding, so that you can do the work that you're doing in the depth of that level of understanding. So my love to you all. Love you, Sylvia. Love you, Liz. Love you, Maria. Love you, Rebecca, Dad, and your beautiful son. Love you, Mary. Love you, Matt. Enjoy the classes. Please listen to them when you go to bed. Please share them. If people are going through, a lot of people with trouble comes, but they don't want to do the classes because they want to answer for whatever they are struggling with. But the practice is the only way, not getting a gospel answer in a logic form. So I understand, prepare yourself. There's huge changes happening on January 17th. There is a more of a Saturn change. So be open to it. Be open to a place of receiving things in a level of not that you have expected, but then create what you want to create out of it. So my love to you, and I'll see you soon. Big hugs for all of you and your beautiful pets. Bye.